I was born and raised in a small town in Iowa, Forest City, Iowa. I went to Augsburg College and then went to medical school at the University of Minnesota and spent some time on staff at the university, and then left the academic environment to go practice with a group called Associated Anesthesiologists. And then the last 15 years of my life have migrated more towards executive roles in healthcare.
Ken would lead our medical staff in a way that was supportive of people who were learning that role. He would help people underneath him learn to become better leaders.
As my career went by, I enjoyed leadership roles that I had not anticipated. Most physicians find great passion, as I did, in the clinical practice of medicine, serving human beings and taking care of them. But I also found an outlet as a leader in the broader context of healthcare, not only where healthcare is going, but where it needs to go. And I was anxious, as I went to Centricare, to see what we could do different. How do we get other stakeholders involved in a different conversation around improving the health of our communities? And I'd like to think that we're making good progress on it. We serve roughly 750,000 rural Minnesotans, and we provide services throughout the spectrum of healthcare. So Centricare really touches our community in profound ways.
He first of all creates a culture that's supportive of the community and those who are doing the work around healthcare. Second, he sets a high bar. He sets a standard that you have to rise to. And around that, he creates a sense of urgency.
I've been blessed to have a remarkable community around me. We've grown by nearly doubled in size in the last 4.5 years. A number of our specialty programs have grown significantly.
Centricare is everywhere now, and I think that's attributable to Kenny. I mean, that's the way Ken is. If there's a hospital that needs help, Ken will be there.
I think motivation in life, it means different things to different people. I suspect that a more complete view of my world when I grew up was one that implied that you were in a life of service. And so that life of service really is about how we care for each other, our family, but also the broader community.
People spend their time with what's important. And you can tell, at least from my experience, Ken's family is very, very important to him.
For me, my life, as I live it as full as I can, certainly involves my family, my work, but I love music, and I always have loved music. I started singing when I was quite young. I was about 4 years old when I had my first solo. It was, "Jeg så glad julafton." I am so glad it is Christmas Eve. And I sang it in our local church when I was about 4 as a boy soprano. And about 32 years ago, I joined the National Lutheran Choir. And it has been a marvelous experience for me to participate in that group as a singer, not as an executive, not as a leader, but as someone who helps others make music that many people can enjoy.
Ken sings in the tenor section, so that's role number one, and he takes it very seriously. But he's also been very critical in the setup for performance spaces, and he's very good at it, and he doesn't allow me to just settle for what's easiest. He says, just take the extra effort and time to do it right.
I think one of the challenges for leaders is sometimes how we get wrapped up in our own persona as a leader. And in the sense of a choir, I don't dictate the tempo. I am following someone else. And so I am learning how to be a good follower, and I'm also learning how to add my voice to a complicated musical endeavor. And I think that is something that's good for leaders to learn. Not only how to lead, but how to follow. Sometimes the definition of success tends to be about numbers. It tends to be about revenue growth, number of employees, and those are good, but I suspect that the measure of success is broader than that. The measure of success is how you touch an individual and how you touch a community. And I would hope that as people would look at my legacy, they would see that I cared, that I worked hard, that I made a difference, and that I had a passion for the work that I do.